hard as we can.
Interesting. Evan, thank you for being here. And David, please stick around. I want to bring you back later in the program. But now I want to bring in Mary Trump, a clinical psychologist and author of The Reckoning, Our Nation's Trauma and Finding a Way to Heal. Mary, I was going to introduce you as America's most famous or infamous niece. I don't know if you like that title. But I wanted to talk to you this weekend because The Reckoning gets into what happened at the rally yesterday, or what didn't happen at the rally. You know, the trauma this country is still experiencing 9 months after the riot on January 6th. What were your impressions of the media coverage of the rally, and was it overhyped?
I agree with your previous guest that we can't pretend these things aren't happening. I've been told many times that all we need to do is ignore Donald and this will all go away. And that's absurd. He's a clear and present danger. He continues to be propped up by his entire party. Republican leadership continues to find him useful and continues to help him spread the big lie about the election and the big lie about the insurrection. So I don't believe that we can look away. I'm very glad that nothing happened yesterday. But as you said earlier, that doesn't mean we can let our guard down, because right-wing media will spin it in such a way that the rally goers were silenced somehow, or they weren't allowed to exercise their rights. And it's going to continue to be an issue going forward, because at the very beginning of the show, when you were talking about how they continue to shape their message depending on how it's landing. Right. Unfortunately, they're pretty successful at doing that.
Yeah, there is brand new data from PRRI, one of my favorite groups, that shows the impact of media diets on people's beliefs about what happened last year in the election and what happened in January in D.C. Here's one of the slides saying, if you trust Fox News and right-wing media, you tend to believe the election was stolen. 76% of those folks saying they believe that it was stolen when it wasn't. Other sources, much, much lower percentage of people buying into that fantasy or that nightmare. So do you see any solution to the media diet part of this puzzle?
It's tricky because obviously we have a First Amendment, but you can't yell fire in a movie theater. So I'm not entirely sure why these media outlets are allowed to lie so blatantly to the American people, to the point where our very fragile democracy is on the brink. It really is. We have not dodged the bullet yet. And people are actively being told to put themselves in a situation vis-a-vis COVID where they're putting their lives, their children's lives, and other people's lives at risk. I think one thing that absolutely needs to happen outside of the media is the Democratic Party needs to start taking this as seriously as the rest of us. We are under constant threat. And we're not going to get anywhere if we continue to pretend that the Republican Party is acting in good faith.
I have a Democratic congressman coming up. I want to hear what he says about that. Mary, thank you very much for coming on the program.
Thank you, Brian.
Also coming up, in the case of the missing woman, Gabby Petito, are digital detectives